Now, in this video, we will discuss about torque and problem solving technique regarding torque. See, what is torque or moment of force? Torque or turning effect of a force about the axis of rotation is called the moment of force, and it is measured as the product of the magnitude of the force and the perpendicular distance of the line of action of the force from the axis of rotation. This perpendicular distance is also called momentum. So here R is the momentum and torque is represented as tau, Greek alphabet tau. So it is the cross product of the perpendicular distance from the line of action of the force and the magnitude of the force. Both are vector quantity, and cross product of two vector quantity is always a vector quantity. So torque is a vector quantity. We can also write it in this manner: tau is equal to Rf sine phi. What is phi? If in a certain plane, see, it is shown here as F, one is shown here as F, the force has been represented by F and the perpendicular distance by R. Now this is the axis of rotation, this point is the axis of rotation, and F force is applied on the edge. So the direction of tau, that means moment of force, will be along the center of the disc in the upward direction, that means, or in the downward direction. It may be upward or in the downward direction. Now torque can also be defined as the transverse component of force and the distance of the axis of rotation. Now torque due to a force is only due to its transverse component. Be very careful. It is only due to its transverse component. The radial component of force does not contribute to the torque. Why? Because the radial component acts towards the center. So force acting towards the center will give you zero torque, because center is the fixed point and we are taking the fixed distance from the axis of rotation, which becomes zero, then the torque will be equal to zero. So the magnitude of torque is the magnitude of the perpendicular component of force and the magnitude of the perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation. Now, so the moment of force or torque about a point or axis of rotation depends upon the magnitude of the force and the perpendicular distance of the line of action of the force from the axis of rotation. Now, what about the sign or the direction? How can we determine the sign or the direction of the torque vector? See, if this is xy plane, then, and the force and the perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation, this lies on the xy plane, both force and R, then torque will act along the z axis, either in the upward direction or in the downward direction. Now the orientation of the vectors of R and F as seen here. See the orientation. Now z axis is perpendicular to both R and F. Similarly, in 3 dimension, when an applied force rotates a body in 3 dimension, we have 3 rectangular component of torque and resolved into tau x, tau y and tau z. I am coming to this point later on. First of all, how can you determine the sign and the direction? See here, you should apply here the right hand screw rule. For example, this is my right hand. Now this is the axis of rotation, this is the direction of the force. Just align your hand outstraight in this direction of force, in this way. See the thumb finger, it is pointing towards you. See the thumb finger, just place the fingers in this direction of the force. See the thumb finger, it is pointing towards you. So when it is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, the direction of the torque is outward from the plane of the paper. Similarly, see here, this is the direction of the force in this direction. Just align this hand in this way. This is the outstretched thumb. This is the outstretched thumb here. This direction in this direction. So if you align this in this direction, what will happen? This finger will point inward towards the plane of the board or plane of the paper. So the rule is that align your align your fingers in the direction of the force and see the outstretched thumb. If the outstretched thumb indicates inward towards the plane of, for example here, it is indicate towards the plane of the board. If the direction is here, the direction is in this direction, that means if it is clockwise, and here that means if it is anti-clockwise, the direction is outward. Now when an applied force rotates the body in 3 dimensions, we have 3 rectangular component of torque: tau x, tau y, tau z. Now we have to find out all the 3, tau x, tau y and tau z, in this manner. So tau x such r cross f, that means tau x stands for unit vector along the x axis I cap tau x, plus unit vector along the y axis tau y, plus k cap, that means unit vector on z axis tau z. This is all about tau. Then r cross f, r is the perpendicular distance, I cap x, j cap y, plus k cap z, and f is written here as fx, fy, fz, and the unit vectors are placed. And you know that I cross I is equal to 0, and you know the rule here from vector multiplication. I cross j will give you k, j cross k will give you I cross k will give you minus j when in the opposite direction. In this way this has been resolved and the values are compared on either side, and tau x, tau y and tau z have been calculated. This will have great help while calculating numericals. Now see here, let us discuss about a sum. What is the torque of force F 2I minus 3j plus 4k acting at a point r, 3I plus 2j plus 3k meter? The force is given in Newton and it is given as meter about the origin. Tau is equal to r cross F. So 3I plus 2j plus 3k into 2I minus 3j plus 4k. Now 3I into 2I will give you 0 because I cross I is 0. 3I minus 3j, I cross j in the same direction will give you k with positive sign. So 3 into 3 minus 9, I cross j is k, minus 9k. Again 3I plus 4k cap, so 12, and I cross k, you are taking I cross k in the reverse direction, it will be negative sign, and I cross k is j, but the sign will be negative, so it will be 3 into 4, 12, sign is negative, and I cross k is j. In this way the multiplication has been performed and then simplified. So this type of problems will be solved in this manner. Now the difficulty arises whenever a body is provided with you and a fixed axis is given or not given, torque is asked to be calculated. Now let's discuss about problem solving technique. First of all, step 1, you have to draw all the forces acting on the body and specify the point about which the torque is to be calculated. Very often this point or the axis is given in the sum. Very often it is given. Now determine the direction of rotation, whether it is negative or positive. Positive means anti-clockwise direction and negative means clockwise direction. Then extend the line of force and draw a perpendicular from the specific point about which tau is to be calculated. Then calculate tau, and if there are other forces, repeat the same effect of the forces to bring about the rotational motion, and then add all the forces. These are the steps involved. So I am solving one problem for you, just showing the technique of solving such type of problems. You are asked to calculate the total torque when a ladder of length L leans against a wall. See the ladder, it is leaning against a wall, making a point theta, and it is resting on the ground at point P. You know that there is frictional forces, and you have to calculate the total torque about point P. Now see how many forces are acting here. the weight of the ladder must be acting from its center. If it is L length L, then this length is L by 2 and this length is L by 2. So force F will act here and N will act here. Normal component, again a force will act in this direction, normal component will act in the upward direction. So we have to calculate the total torque. So what we have done, we have done the first step. We have done all the forces and specify the point about which the force is to be calculated. Now it is given here, the torque is to be calculated about point P. So we have taken P as a fixed point. This point is a fixed point. Now we have to calculate force due to mg, force due to F, or torque due to mg, torque due to F, torque due to N, torque due to N1, torque due to F1. You have to calculate all the torque and then add up. This is the point. You have to calculate torque and then you have to find the sum of all the torque brought about by all the forces acting on the system. Now, first of all, you take mg. Now, distance between the fixed point and the point from where mg acts is L by 2. So the perpendicular distance is this one, that is this one. This one is L by 2 sine theta. You have to draw the perpendicular from the specific point about which tau is to be calculated. So it is drawn here, the perpendicular from the, this is the perpendicular drawn here, this is the perpendicular, and this is the another perpendicular line, but we have to calculate the distance from the fixed point and the force, line of action of the force. So this is, if this is theta and this is L by 2, this is L by 2 sine theta. So torque produces because of its own weight will be mg into L by 2 sine theta, mg into L by 2 cos theta. Base is, this is, sorry, I am extremely sorry, this is cos theta, L by 2 cos theta, and this is L by 2 sine theta. So tau is mg into L by 2 cos theta. Now we have to calculate force for F. See F here. What now? See, align my hand in this direction. Now see, this is the force or the fixed point, sorry, this is the fixed points and this is the point of application of the force. Align this hand in this manner. What is the finger is acting? It is acting in the anti-clockwise direction. So it is, this will brought about anti-clockwise moment, so this is positive. Now consider this F. Align this finger in this manner. What will happen? So you have to bring it right in this manner. So this force is rotating the body in this direction, that means in the clockwise direction. So this force will be negative. Now see the distance. The distance is L. This is the distance. This is distance from the fixed point. What will the distance from the fixed point? This is theta, and this is the distance from the line of action of the force. So this is L sine theta. Since it is clockwise, it will be capital N L sine theta. It will not be small n. For F, it will be minus FL cos theta. Sorry, speaking about F, so it will be this direction, this distance. So it will be sine theta, cos theta. Sorry, this will be cos theta. So it will be minus FL cos theta. Because this line is L cos theta, this is the line of action of the force, this is the fixed point, this distance is L cos theta. So the magnitude of force will be magnitude of torque will be FL cos theta, and the direction is clockwise, so it will be negative. Now let us consider N. It is acting in this direction. Now this distance is the line of action of the force, and this is the distance from the fixed point. This is L sine theta. So it will be NL sine theta, but this will bring about in this direction, moment in this direction, that means clockwise, so it will be minus NL sine theta. It will be capital N minus NL sine theta. Now sum of these, all the moment of force will give you the torque. Now you may ask here why I am not considering these two forces, N1 and F1. I am not considering here because this is the fixed point. This point is fixed. So distance from the fixed point will be 0. So turning effect of the force for this one and this one will be 0. So we will not take this one. A similar type of problem, see this one, calculate the torque of the force P which makes an angle alpha with the ladder and P acts at the midpoint. So this is the line of action of the force and this is the fixed point. This is the line of action of the force. Now see the perpendicular distance. This is L by 2, half the length. So this will be L by 2 sin theta. So P into L by 2 sin theta will give you the torque because of the force P. In this way we have to do this type of problems. See another very interesting problem here. A uniform beam AB is hinged at A to a fixed point P in a vertical wall and is held in equilibrium by light in extensible rope. Pn is the rope and AB is the hinge, AB is the uniform beam. At B there is a load which is 220 Newton. G is the center of gravity from where its weight is acting downward, that is 70 Newton. And the point in where the slope is where the uniform beam is tied with the string is N, and the distance between A and N is 0.8 meter. The length of AB is 2 meter. If AB is 2 meter and AN is 0.8, then NB is equal to 1 minus 0.8. You are asked to compute the tension in the rope and the magnitude and the direction of the force exerted on the beam at A. Now, what is step 1? Draw all the forces and specify the point about which the torque is to be calculated. First of all, we have to draw all the forces acting here. See the forces acting here. This is due to its own weight. A weight is already there. Tension is balancing all these forces and this is a fixed point making an angle alpha. Now, what will be the total moment? The total moment brought about by the tension will be, this is acting in one direction and these two are acting in the same direction. So sum of these two in equilibrium condition from principle of moment, sum of the moment brought about by these two will be equal to the moment brought about by this. So moment of T about A will be equal to moment of this force about A plus moment of this force about A. Now see here, this is theta, this is a right angle triangle, this is a perpendicular. So you can calculate Pn from Pythagoras theorem. 1.7 whole square minus 0.8 whole square will give you 1.5. So Pn is 1.5 and sin theta is equal to 1.5 by 1.7. So moment of ring about A is, now this is the line of action of the force and this will be, for this one it will be Ag sin theta. This one, this distance will be Ag sin theta. This is the force acting downward, this is the fixed point and the perpendicular distance is this one. If we consider this triangle, then it is Ag sin theta for G and this one sin theta, Bp sin theta for 220 Newton. So it will be equal to BP means AB sin theta. So 220 into AB sin theta will give you moment of B about A. Now from this equation you can compute the torque. The tension in the string. Next, it asks to compute the magnitude and direction of the force exerted on the beam at A. Magnitude and the direction of the force exerted on the beam at A. Now, again we have to take two components along the x-axis and on the y-axis. So the force has two components. One is Fx, two perpendicular component, another is Fy. You know that from vector it will be square of the summation and under root. Now what is Fx? See, this is theta. So this angle is theta. So Fx will be equal to how much? fx will be equal to t sine 90 degree minus theta, and fy is equal to t cos 90 degree minus theta, minus there are two forces acting downward which are against it. They are bringing about they are in the clockwise direction, so both of them will add up, but two negative component will get added up. That means fy is equal to t cos 90 minus theta minus 70 minus 220. Now apply this formula, f is equal to under root fx square plus fy square will give you the question asked here.